Well, recently Sexyy Red was invited to a high school to speak to kids. And at this particular school, she was rejected because she was trying to come in smelling like marijuana and she had her cleavage out and all of that, right? Well, Sexyy Red took issue with that, but we'll cover that on another story. But case in point, this young sister is going to touch on something that, I as a parent, me as a father, really going to agree with. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
These new age adults are exactly why I'm afraid to have kids. Because they want to be the kids. Like, the grandma's the baby. Currently going viral on Twitter right now because I had retweeted a post where Sexyy Red was mad because she couldn't go and perform or speak at a school. And I said that I've been telling y'all her target audience is kids. Because it is. That's what I believe. That's what I see with the shit. You don't got to agree. I don't care. A lot of these new age artists target kids with very hypersexual and explicit content. I feel like my point is proven seeing that she's mad she can't go into a school. Because why, as an adult entertainer whose music is on the verge of erotica, would you even think it's appropriate for you to show up at a school and then show up like that? Smelling like marijuana with your cleavage hanging out. Baby, you wouldn't even be able to go visit your baby daddy in prison looking like that. But that's how you show up for the kids. Okay. 2, why would adults think it is morally right to book a Sexyy Red to come speak to kids? From the teachers to the superintendent to, why would y'all think that's acceptable? The adults of this generation do not want to protect children. They just want to exploit them. Y'all don't see black kids as kids. You don't see black children as children. This is why y'all in my comments in my last videos mad at me because I don't agree with an 18-year-old being a 304. The amount of adults in my comments trying to justify this is like blowing my mind. Somebody said, well, adults love sexy, kids love sex. What adult is condoning their child listening to Sexyy Red? Even I had to sneak to listen to Kaya. The adultification of black kids right now makes me want to slap every bitch in here.
Now, as a father, Sexyy Red is for adults. And Sexyy Red's music and how she carries herself is extremely low class and ghetto and trashy. I would not want to present low class, ghetto, and trashy to children who's supposed to be learning. Remember, school is supposed to be a place of learning where you're actually supposed to learn not only things in books, but you're supposed to learn at least some sort of class and not a place for ratchetness, right? But yet you got school administrators thinking this woman who is saying the most vile things in her music that she needs to go talk to the kids. So you mean to tell me there was no young women in that city who's doing some very, very positive and prominent things couldn't go talk to the children? You mean to tell me it wasn't no young man who's doing some very prominent things in that city that can go talk to those kids and maybe used to go to that school? No, they have them. They just want to ride the wave and really, let's call it what it is. A lot of these so-called parents out here or administrators at schools, they said that some of them have an education. I was going to want to talk about this actually, and I will on my Phillip Scott show channel. You have some educated people, especially even some women who educated, but yet will sit up here and want to defend Sexyy Red. And when they get out them business suits that they wear on the job, they want to dress and act like Sexyy Red. Educated ratchets. You understand? You got people that love that ratchetness, especially you need to be away from that. Why you want a woman coming up there who is a known degenerate to talk to our children? Do you want our children to be degenerates? I mean, that's really what it is. But if the parent is a ratchet, if the parent is a degenerate, then Sexyy Red, there's nothing wrong with her. And I've said before, some people don't take an issue with Sexyy Red because Sexyy Red reminds them of their mammy. Oh, yes. See, Sexyy Red is normalized to some people because that's what their mammy was. So when you point out her degenerate behavior, when you point out the things she's saying, you say, what's wrong with you? You just attacking a black woman? Like, because they really think that they need to defend the honor of a Sexyy Red because they think that's she act like my mama. Man, I love my mama. Look how, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have to think about that with some of these people in the black community. But you notice in other communities, they don't bring the equivalent of a Sexyy Red to go talk to their kids, because every community got an equivalent of a Sexyy Red. But notice they don't do that in their communities. But with our children, our communities, the parents are okay with it. The parent, I remember when I was growing up, the parents would have been outraged. Listen, a Sexyy Red couldn't even get 15 feet to a school. Okay? But now today, it's okay. And you talking about, when people talk about the decline of a nation, one telltale sign of a decline of a nation is the great moral decline of a nation. When you have morals, a Sexyy Red should feel embarrassed to even go walk up there dressed like that. You would think, okay, let her have some respect, put on at least a dress. But they had another school that had Sexyy Red performing at a high school. And she didn't sanitize her lyrics either. Okay? That's the problem we have in society. We have a degenerate society. And that's why this nation is in decline. Because if you have a degenerate society, you will not have a society going up. It's going to constantly go down. Just study the fall of empires. Degenerate societies is one of the telltale signs that something's going down. But the adults of today, they got children. A lot of them, they shouldn't have no kids. And this next generation, boy, I feel for America.